In the heart of the untamed plains, where the wind carries the echoes of legends past, two unlikely souls find themselves bound by fate. This is the story of Hank Miller, a cowboy whose spirit once soared with the horses he trained, now watching from the confines of a wooden porch. And then there is Silver, a wild stallion, unbridled and free. When their paths cross, an extraordinary friendship is born, proving that freedom isn't about where you stand, but how you choose to live. Hank Miller, a cowboy whose spirit once soared with the horses he trained, now watching from the confines of a wooden porch. And then there is Silver, a wild stallion, unbridled and free. When their paths cross, an extraordinary friendship is born, proving that freedom isn't about where you stand, but how you choose to live. A cowboy and a curious stranger. For the past decade, Hank Miller had lived in solitude, watching the world move forward without him. Once a celebrated horse trainer, his days had been filled with speed, power, and the unbreakable connection between man and beast. But one rodeo fall changed everything, leaving him unable to walk. Convinced that his purpose was lost, Hank withdrew, confined to his cabin, trapped in memories of what once was. Then one evening, under a sky ablaze with dusk, something unexpected appeared on the horizon. A wild, ash-gray stallion, his steps slow, measured, as if testing the boundary between worlds. Hank sat motionless, heart pounding. Horses had always been his life. But now, could he still reach them? Could he still be a horseman? Silver, the wild horse, cautiously approaches. Their eyes meet, and unspoken understanding begins. For the first time in years, Hank feels something stir deep inside him, something he thought had died long ago. A connection is born. Over the following weeks, Silver's visits became more frequent. At first, he remained distant, a cautious observer. But as trust grew, so did his courage. Hank, though hesitant, left out water and hay. He never rushed, never forced. He simply watched and waited. Little by little, the stallion stopped running. The once wild creature now lingered near the cabin, accepting Hank's presence. And in return, Hank found something unexpected, a renewed sense of purpose. For the first time in years, regret gave way to something greater, connection. The conflict rises. Enter Jeremy, the local ranger, his tone firm with concern. Jeremy said, "Hank, we need to move this horse. The town says he's damaging fences, stealing feed. They want him gone." Hank, determined, shakes his head. Hank knew Silver wasn't a threat, just a survivor seeking food and safety. But the town saw only a nuisance, a wild animal to be controlled. For years, Hank had felt like an outsider in his own body. Now, he saw the same fate awaiting Silver, and he wasn't about to let that happen. The tension builds as Hank prepares to defy the authorities, unwilling to abandon the horse that had rekindled his spirit. The storm, the wound, and the farewell. A fierce storm descends upon the plains. Hank's worry grows. When the morning comes, he finds Silver, wounded, entangled in barbed wire. Hank didn't hesitate. He called Leon, the vet, and together they worked through the rain to free Silver. Despite the pain, the stallion did not resist. He trusted Hank. And in that moment, the cowboy was no longer just an old man in a wheelchair. He was a horseman again. As the trailer door opened, Silver stepped onto the vast sanctuary land. He turned back one last time, meeting Hank's gaze. No words were spoken. None were needed. Then he ran. Faster than the wind, faster than the past. Hank watched until Silver became nothing but a silhouette against the horizon, knowing that, in their own way, both had finally found freedom. As Silver disappeared into the horizon, his silhouette etched against the golden sky, Hank felt something shift deep inside him. He had lost much in life, but this connection had given him something back: purpose, hope, and the belief that second chances are real. Legends aren't just written in books, they live in the bonds we forge, in the choices we make when no one is watching. Hank and Silver's story is a testament to that. A reminder that freedom is not about the past, but about embracing what lies ahead. If this story moved you, share it. Honor the wild, protect its beauty, and remember, true freedom is found not in where you stand, but in how you choose to live.